Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to Sports Set. What the hell?
What is happening?
I don't know. What is happening?
Well, you see, guys, first of all, welcome to Sports Chat with your host, Green Collar Tyler and Mitchell
What?
Kopsky.
Okay.
That's all. That's all I have to contribute to this episode.
Oh, then, okay. So, that's all Tyler has to contribute for this episode. Yeah. Welcome back. Alright, so let's just get started with it. But first, make sure you subscribe, like, share, do all that stuff. The merch is 15% off, so the link is in the description if you want to go cop some merch.
Go get some
And,
merch.
yeah, merch. So, I think we should just get started with hell, let's just get right started with the Packers and they're not trading Aaron Rodgers. So
Uh, yeah, that's definitely not something I was expecting them to do. It's definitely interesting on their part to be doing this. They're already severely over the cap. They have a lot of free agents that are coming up. Some of them are some fairly big names for the organization. One that stands out to me is Lazard. He was a really good wideout for them. And also, Devontae Adams, I think his contract's up as well this year. So, or they only have 1 year left on him. And as it stands, like they're not going to be able to re-sign him. So I'm curious to know, like, what is it they're going to do? Because I'm pretty sure that means Devontae Adams is going to be leaving.
Devontae Adams is leaving.
I think so. Like, I just don't know how they afford to keep both Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers. Like, the Green Bay Packers should honestly just cut their losses. Say, unfortunately, we're going to have to start going to a rebuild and start trying to revamp the roster. But I feel like this is going to just, like, maybe they'll make playoffs again, but I wouldn't expect them to make a Super Bowl, especially if they're going to be losing a good chunk of their roster.
Yeah. I mean, their running back is going too, I think, right?
I don't remember. I think he still has another year or two on the contract.
Oh. Alrighty then. Like for me, I just don't know if I were them, I would definitely keep Rodgers over Adams because it's Aaron freaking Rodgers. So
Okay,
yeah,
counter
it's
argument
tough.
though. Counter argument to that though is like, yes, it is Aaron freaking Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is one of the best players in the league, and just in its entirety. But you also got to look at your situation. You have one of the best and still young wideouts in the league in Devontae Adams. His contract was up after this year. If you have to choose between your young wideout, you can hold on to, you can sign to a big contract and have him be one of the center focuses on the offense, and then just find a good enough quarterback to get him the ball and build around that, trying to rebuild, compared to keep Aaron Rodgers for one more year. God knows how long he's got left in the tank. And now you're going to be severely over the cap. You're going to be losing most of your players now that made your team even a playoff contender as it was. It's just, to me, it doesn't make sense. Like, there's only so much you can do with Aaron Rodgers by himself. You gotta be able to give him the people to go up and make the plays. And if they don't have Devontae Adams and they can't keep everyone else, then
You were saying?
no.
You're right.
Yeah, I was just looking at the chat.
No, it's all good.
But I hope you're good. Don't think that needs to be advertised on YouTube.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those things where I feel like letting Aaron Rodgers go and trying to focus on rebuilding the squad so this way you can be competitive again in a couple of years. This should be more of a focus than keeping Aaron Rodgers.
To me, without Aaron Rodgers, they're not even a team. They're not even competitive. So it's a quarterback-driven league. You need someone who can get you to that spot, and that's Aaron Rodgers. But
Okay, well, let me ask you this: is it worth it to hold on to Rodgers and then see, like, say you'll make the playoffs, but you also just lost almost all your depth and all the players that made you playoff contenders to begin with, just so you could hold on to Aaron Rodgers? Or would you rather start preparing for life without Rodgers and then make it this way you're setting yourself to be a playoff contender with just a couple of years?
to me, I want to keep Rodgers because players are going to want to keep players are going to want to play with Rodgers. Like it's a known fact. I know they don't have the cap space. I know they're in a tough predicament.
Yeah,
They
that's
are.
what I'm saying. Like, yeah, players are going to want to play with Rodgers, but there's no point of players wanting to play with Rodgers if you can't afford to sign them. Because you're losing most of your good players as it is. You're not going to be able to pick up good enough players to replace all these people that they're getting ready to lose. Especially with the amount of cap space they have. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Jordan Love is the answer. God knows I've not seen anything from him since he came into the league. Probably the biggest waste of first round by Green Bay in the past couple of years. And it's just, to me,
It came out that they're not trading him. It came out.
Well, no. Green Bay may not want to trade him, but Aaron Rodgers may still decide he doesn't want to play for Green Bay. And then force them to trade him.
Here's my thing, right? Why would it take him so long to make this move? Because if I was Rodgers and I know I was saying, I would already make the move. Boom, done. Like,
Because
I just want to know what he's waiting on.
If you remember, he wants to be the highest paid quarterback in the league now. And so I think he's waiting to see how some of these other quarterbacks have their deals redone, so this way he can make himself the highest paid one. I think he was already asking for $80 million. And that's when I looked at it. He was asking $80 million. That would be for 1 year. Now think about that. That's $80 million for 1 year, which means that is going to be a huge hit to your cap the next season. So that means after this season, you're done. You have killed your franchise for a good couple of years until you can get yourself out of that cap hell.
Yeah,
if you re-sign Aaron Rodgers, you are killing your future.
Yeah, I mean, you could say the same thing about Seattle. I know he's not a free agent, but it's the same thing. It's a quarterback-driven league. I know that.
Here's the big difference, though. Russell Wilson, he's not asking for $80 million, and when he's already like,
keep going.
I'm sorry, but he's not asking for $80 million to be the highest paid quarterback in the league, while also having his team be in cap hell. Aaron Rodgers says he wants $80 million while his team has the second worst cap situation in the league.
Right.
If they bring him back, there is no excuse. It is either Super Bowl or bust if they bring back Aaron Rodgers, and they will need to do it while having next to none of their depth players that helped make the team as strong as it was.
Yeah. But for me, it's just like, let's say they do go with Jordan Love, right? Who's he going to throw the ball to?
If you let Aaron Rodgers go, there's plenty of stuff I'm sure they could do. I'm sure they would be able to re-sign Davante Adams. If Davante Adams wants to walk, then again, it's rebuilding time. So you don't have to be worried about being that competitive for at least a year or two until you put yourself in a better position. You find yourself a new quarterback. You can find yourself some more weapons in the draft. You can find that stuff. But if you don't have the cap space to go out and get the free agents in order to keep this team as competitive as it was last year, then what's the point? Even think about last year, right? They were a one and done in the playoffs as the number one seed. Aaron Rodgers scored one touchdown. One in that playoff game. So tell me, and that was with all these pieces they have now. So what will the excuse be if Aaron Rodgers goes in, gets number 1 seed again? Cool, and then becomes another one and done in the playoffs.
Who knows?
Like, there's no excuse. He had Devontae Adams. He had his number 1 running back. He had one of the best defenses in the NFC, and yet he was one and done. He couldn't get more than a singular touchdown that entire game. And I don't want to hear anyone saying that special teams cost them the game. If the Green Bay Packers were as good as people say they are, they would have gone farther, and regardless to their special teams, because they should not have even been a game.
Without Aaron Rodgers, they're not even competitive.
But that's what I'm saying. Even with Aaron Rodgers, they're not going far.
They'll go farther than without Aaron Rodgers, though.
And what I'm saying is that, yes, they're not going to go far without Aaron Rodgers the next couple of years. But if you get rid of him now, you start making it so this way you can get your team competitive again in just a couple of years. All you need is to find a decent enough quarterback. You find some decent guys in the mid to late round drafts, and you get some good free agent signings. And you are once again competitive. You do this now, you are tanking yourself for God knows how many years down the future with how much.
They already tanked themselves with this cap situation.
That's why I'm saying cut your losses while you still can before it becomes even worse, because you're not going to go farther than what you were supposed to do last year.
For me,
the so-called GOAT of football couldn't even get past the first round of the playoffs against a 49ers team who I'm still as dumbfounded somehow looked its way to almost the Super Bowl.
They had a great defense.
They
had a great defense.
Okay, they had a great defense. I'm sorry, weren't the Green Bay Packers supposed to have a great defense? And even then, this is supposed to be the GOAT, according to a lot of people. This is supposed to be the greatest player of all time. And he couldn't get more than 1 touchdown against a great defense.
To me, he's not
sound like a GOAT to you?
First of all, I don't know how people classify him as a GOAT. No,
he's not a GOAT.
He's
a
not.
Great
For
player.
me, he's a top. When you go quarterbacks wise, he's easily top 10.
I will give you that. He is a great quarterback. He can maybe even be top 10, top 15 in the conversation for best quarterbacks of all time. But he is not number 1.
That's
okay.
Basic.
Green Bay's defense wasn't great. Okay. It's Jimmy Garoppolo throwing the ball. You don't have to have a great defense. You just need to be able to somehow get the ball downfield. That's all you have to do.
Yeah. I'm not going to. I can't see that with
Aaron Rodgers is the GOAT. Aaron Rodgers is the greatest quarterback of all time. This man is. Was a game at Jimmy G. Jimmy G is one of the most inconsistent quarterbacks I've ever seen. A couple of years ago, I'd say he was a really great quarterback, and I think decent enough that he could lead them to, lead them off into the Super Bowl. He's serviceable.
Yeah, Keith, I can agree with you there to an extent. Aaron Rodgers had Devontae Adams.
Yeah. So what's the excuse there? Are you saying Debo's better than Devontae Adams? Because I know I wouldn't say that.
In your opinion, right now, who's the best wide receiver in football?
Top 5 in the league right now.
Who's the best wide receiver in football right now?
In my honest opinion, I do think. I want to think about this really, really carefully.
He does have more weapons, yeah.
And yet Jimmy G still can't do anything with those weapons. He barely held on against the Cowboys after almost costing them the game single-handedly.
Yeah, blame the refs.
He barely did anything against that, quote-unquote, not that good Green Bay defense.
Green Bay had a good running back.
Expecting Green Bay's running game. We are not going to disrespect Green Bay's running game. They have probably the best 2-headed running back core in the league.
Hey, Key, if you want to come in here, you know how to come in here, Key. If you want to come in here instead of using the chat, you're more than welcome to. But, so who's your top wide receiver? For me, it's Cooper Kupp.
See, Cooper Kupp is definitely up there for me. I think I actually have Cooper Kupp at 2, but for me it's oh my god, why am I blanking on his name from the Vikings?
Jefferson?
Justin Jefferson.
You think he's number 1?
Listen.
To me, it's too soon. Me, it's too soon.
Okay, Justin Jefferson has been held back by a subpar quarterback. You give him Aaron Rodgers.
You give him a good quarterback, I can agree with you on that.
You give Justin Jefferson Aaron Rodgers. You see what Justin Jefferson does.
No, but yeah, I agree with you.
They're coming out in full force, aren't they?
I guess, yeah. But I agree with you on that. Quarterback wise, if you give them a good quarterback, Justin Jefferson, there's another wide receiver there.
Thielen?
There's another one. Who am I forgetting? Hold on.
Well, let's see. There's Justin
Hold on,
Jefferson.
I'm looking it up right now.
Keep Adams. There's Deebo Samuels. We can talk
about. No, I'm talking about the Vikings.
Oh, well, there's Thielen. There's Jefferson, and
yeah, that's basically it. I don't know what I was thinking about.
But even then, like Thielen's a really decent guy. Like
I like Thielen a lot. I do.
He doesn't have a lot of great speed, but he's got some good route running and he has some great hands. You know, like honestly, like I've said, there's a guy comes to my work a couple of times. I even tell him, like, listen, y'all underperform because you don't have a quarterback that can make the plays, and y'all have a coach that's too afraid to play aggressive.
Now, let me talk to you about their coach, Green Bay's coach. Do you think he did a good job this year?
I think he did fine, you know. Like, you lost a couple of key players here and there throughout the season, yet he still managed to put together a good, strong season. Even last couple of seasons, he's put together good, strong seasons.
Okay. Now, put that with Aaron Rodgers. Take Aaron Rodgers out and put Jordan Love in there. Are they going to get to where they were then?
And like I keep saying, Jordan Love is
there's players before Jefferson. Yeah,
I'm sorry. Listen, once Justin Jefferson stops getting held back by a subpar quarterback, I think that changes drastically.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. But
that's why I'm saying Diggs. Now I do think he's going to be the best wide receiver in the league.
Adams, Diggs.
I think you might have been thinking that Diggs was still in the Vikings. That might be one you're thinking of.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But no, it's just I said already, Justin Jefferson is just not that great of a quarterback. That's why I'm saying that Justin Jefferson, or excuse me, I can't believe I just said that. But
go for it. You're fine.
Okay. Well, Aaron Rodgers will make them a playoff contender. The question is, how well is he actually going to be able to do come playoffs? Because past couple seasons, track record's not been great. Like, he hasn't even touched another Super Bowl since the one he won back in, what was it? 09? 010?
Who?
Rodgers.
What?
When he hasn't touched a Super Bowl really since the one.
Yeah, you're right.
Yet, like,
but there's many factors. Aaron Rodgers is the biggest one. Yes, the coach. You can put it on the coach. That's why
I'm saying start looking into life without Rodgers. This way you know you can find someone who can possibly replace him. And while there will never be an exact replacement for Aaron Rodgers, you can find that quarterback that can at least get you near the level you need, a level of competent play, in order to be at that place again. Because you don't have to have the best quarterback in the league. That's been proven time and time again. Let's look at the 49ers a couple years ago with Jimmy G. Jimmy G's never been considered one of the great.
Yo, what's good, Max? How's it going, man? Thank you for popping in.
But Jimmy G's never been considered a great quarterback. He's just been considered.
Yo, Max, hold on. Sorry to cut you off. Max, if you want to come in, you're more welcome to. He's a Packers fan.
This guy who I got into it with a couple weeks ago, right?
No.
I'm pretty sure it was.
I don't remember that. I don't recall. I'm sorry.
But, for me, it's just... I'm sorry, what were we talking about again?
I said there's plenty of other pieces than just Aaron Rodgers. And then you were like, yeah, you got to start looking for a future now.
Yes, start building for the future while you
Ah,
still have
all right,
cap
man.
space, while you still have the ability to do it. Because once, if they re-sign Rodgers and he actually wants $80 million, you're done. It doesn't matter how far you get in that season, you're done for God knows how many years.
Oh my god! Now it's just why? I just got a Ben Simmons meme on Twitter.
Well, I meant more like we had that back and forth going a couple weeks, so I didn't mean like we were actually like at each other.
Yeah, I know what Tyler meant. And crap, my foot fell asleep. God damn it.
Your foot fell asleep on Fort.
Yeah, but Max, do you want the Packers to look at Aaron Rodgers like to keep next year, or do you want them to move on from Rodgers? I think
Like
he
if
wants
they
them
get,
to keep
like
Rodgers.
honestly, nobody wants to get rid of a future Hall of Famer from their team. But when they want $80 million to stay, and you're already I think they're already over 40 million over the cap. If I remember correctly, like it's not possible. It's just not possible, especially because he's going to want 80 mil on a 1-year contract.
Yeah,
Which means all of that, like there is no spacing that over years. That's going directly to that next year.
yep.
In fact,
Here
I
we
think
go.
I saw a quote on Twitter. I think it was yesterday that I think describes the situation perfectly. Aaron Rodgers is the pretty girl that you have to keep reminding is pretty. In fact, I want to see if I can find that quote. Hold on.
That's a quote.
Yes, it's a quote.
How is it? I don't know what to say to that. I just want the Packers to know what he's doing so we can move on. Yeah, so do I. The Packers don't want to get rid of him.
I found the quote.
I
And
can't
guess
get
who?
the
And guess
freaking
who even
quote.
said the quote? Guess whose quote this is?
How am I supposed to know?
Guess it's someone you know.
Give me a hint.
Basketball.
Current team or coach?
Former player.
Kobe?
No. You
Michael
did not
Jordan?
just say Kobe.
Michael Jordan?
Nope.
Allen Iverson?
Go ahead and pop that up, and you'll see.
Of course, it's Charles Barkley, of course. That guy's an absolute idiot. Time to time. Yeah. He's on. Here we go. He's under contract for this season. Yeah. God dang it.
And even then, though, like to sign Rodgers to an $80 million contract.
Sorry, I'm still lost on that quote.
It's a great quote, isn't it?
No, it's not.
It's a great quote. I love it so much.
Why?
Just because it's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard, and I love it.
Dude, you had me like this.
You thought I was making that shit up, didn't you?
I honestly did for a second.
You think I would be that creative?
You are creative, but not that creative.
It's a backhanded compliment, but a compliment nonetheless. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he's not worth that money. What I'm saying is that there's not a team that should want to pay that much money. Because, again, we are in if this was like many, many years ago when there wasn't any like penalty or there was like luxury tax instead of an actual like cap, then obviously you pay the man no matter what. But we live in an era where there is cap. And you cannot afford to be over that cap, especially highly over that cap.
I forgot about this. I forgot that he's back-to-back MVP.
Yeah, he's back-to-back MVP. Yes, I'm saying like he's definitely worth a whole bunch of money. But when your team's already over the cap by a good, significant chunk of change, and then you're gonna kill yourself even further by adding another 80 million on for the next year, because that's something that's not going to be portioned out over years.
Yeah, I agree with you on
It's
that.
a 1-year contract. It's 80 million over that 1 year, and Rodgers would sign a 1-year contract like he has.
So how much would you, let's say you're the Packers GM, right, or owner or whatever, how much would you give Rodgers for one more year?
I don't know. Because, again, like, we're still, was it negative? He said negative 24 mil over the cap?
Yeah.
26 mil over in cap. It's Aaron freaking Rodgers, the guy who went 1-and-out in the playoffs. And only matched for a singular touchdown.
He does have a Super Bowl ring.
He has a Super Bowl ring, and he has done nothing since.
I'm just going to say this here. I think I told you this before. Aaron Rodgers, I honestly think he might retire and go to host Jeopardy.
And I'm not, okay, it's not happening as much as funny as that would be. And I'm not even saying that Kirk Cousins should be paid 35 mil. And I know that you are completely right. That is completely insane. 35 mil for Kirk Cousins was an awful contract, and I disagree with it. The second he got paid 35 mil, I thought it was an.
You know who's the worst contract? Prescott.
I mean, God. Oh, I guess should we use that as a transition to the other one before we literally just spend an hour just talking about Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, that's why I did it.
All right, so I guess with that, then we shall transition. As Miss and Max, I gotta get in talk to with you. I would love to actually have like a one-on-one conversation about the Packers.
I can set it up. Like he's in the network. I can set it up. I can easily set that up. Max, would you be down for that? Give me a day and a time for both of you. I'll set it up. And then I'll be the guy moderator, but I'll be behind the scene. I will not even be involved. Yeah. And you're gonna have to show your face.
We'll see if we can get that set up another time, though. But
yeah.
So we'll move on. I think talk about half an hour on Aaron Rodgers, the Green Bay Packers is good enough.
Yeah.
So yes,
Amari Cooper.
Amari Cooper is possibly getting released by the Cowboys. Now it's not confirmed. It is not confirmed. It is. I believe the Oracle said it's very likely.
Yo, what's good, BRC? Make sure you hit that like button, share out the stream. Alexis, you do the same thing. And guys, go subscribe to Green Collar Tyler. He's at 30. Let's get him to 40.
No, don't do it. It's a trap. It's actually Mitch Kofsky's alternate account.
Coming from a guy that says it's like talking to a beautiful girl who...
No. That was Charles Barkley who said that, not me. I quoted his quote.
Is Cooper worth signing? Vic,
that's what we're about to get into. So Cooper's...
How old is he?
He's 27. So he's in his prime still. And he's got 4 1,000-yard seasons under his belt. So it is interesting. It's just, I feel like there's definitely going to be a lot of teams that are clamoring for him, especially if Devontae Adams comes off of, does manage to get re-signed by the Packers. But
the Packers?
If Devontae Adams goes back to the Packers.
Oh. I was like, wait, what?
Yes, if Devontae Adams goes back to the Packers, I do feel like Amari Cooper becomes the new number 1 available free agent, if that's the case. Because Amari Cooper is one of the most explosive wideouts in the league. However, has a little bit of an injury thing going on. I believe he was sidelined. So I believe he's had a couple of knee or leg issues in the past couple of years, if I remember correctly. Or I might be thinking of somebody else, but I thought he's had knee or leg issues. I know last year he missed a couple of games because of COVID, if I remember correctly, which won't be an issue again for this upcoming season. So the real question is, how much money is he going to want? I believe I heard it's...
Yo, what's good, man? How are those commies doing?
Oh, dear God. Not the commies. Not again.
Yo, he's a straight guy. He's hilarious. He's legit. He knows his shit. Guys, go subscribe to him. Please do. Like, hey, he's going to the Eagles in the commies game. I might be going to that. So,
Ooh.
just want to see.
Go commies.
Wow, you're so funny. You're so funny. How are your Cowboys doing? He's a secret Cowboys and Lakers fan.
Secret Cowboys and Lakers fan. I'm weak.
But I say no. And here's why.
What? To him sign to the Eagles? Is
Yes.
that what we're talking about?
Well,
Or just...
because honestly, I don't see him going back to the Cowboys. I don't. So,
which is funny considering how I think he even took a pay cut to stay with Dallas, if I remember correctly.
he did.
Because I think I could have sworn, if I remember when his contract ran up, I think it was last year or the year before, that I think they said
How's
something about
LeBron
him
doing?
taking less money to stay with the Cowboys, so this way they could either give Dak or Zeke the extension. You're in love with Ohio State.
I have a channel that basically everyone knows who I root for.
Wait a minute. If you squint hard enough, that Embiid kind of looks like Elliott.
Bye. You good?
Mitchell is trying to... You want Mitchell, but you cannot break my spirit. That Mitchell is a...
Okay, so do you want, because I don't want Cooper on the Eagles.
I mean, there's a long track record of players coming from the Cowboys and then flopping on the Eagles, so that's
another reason why.
That's a big part of that's a big reason why I prefer not to get him. Another reason is because I feel like there's other options we could get that are cheap. I would have liked to go on after Devontae Adams. I feel like he's a guy that you have no real issue throwing money at because he's a secure thing. He is considered one of the top 5 wideouts in the league. Some people even have him as number 1. But for me, I feel like Cooper would unfortunately fall to the trend in history of Cowboys players failing on the Eagles. Not because he's not a good player. I feel like he would get injured. I don't know how. I don't know why, but I feel like he would get injured in an Eagles uni. Although I will say this. You know what I would love to see? I would love to see Omari back in a Raiders uni.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you why I don't want him on the Eagles. Devontae Smith. Because if we get Amari Cooper, there's no way he'll be a second or third option. He'll be the number 1 guy.
Okay, and here's the thing. I don't have a problem with that, mainly because, if anything, it can be used as a learning experience for Smith. He can learn from one of the top wideouts in the league, and then when it's his turn to take over, then God help the rest of the league. But also look at it this way, like, wouldn't you want to have more stars on your team? Like, look at the Sixers, for example. They just signed Harden, who is one of the top stars in the league, but also had a little bit of a history of wanting to be the focal point, wanting to be the big guy who had the ball going through him on the court. Like, and yet he's perfectly working fine being alongside Maxey and Harden, or excuse me, Maxey and Embiid. You don't think Amari Cooper would be able to do that with Devonta Smith?
I can see it. But something about his ego. It just.
I don't see a lot of ego problem with Amari. I truly don't. He could you're right. You could set bad examples. You could set good examples. He could do all sorts of stuff. But at the end of the day, I feel like having that extra star power is going to be just as useful. Because for me, the star power is just going to be just having another guy try and take that pressure off of Amari Cooper, off of Devonta Smith and off of Dallas Goedert. Let them be able to get more open, get that space they need to get rolling. I think would be huge for the Eagles, because now you don't have to worry about your two best catchers being covered all the time because the rest of your team isn't exactly great at Quez. Quez is a great deep threat, but he does not have the hands of Devonta Smith.
He doesn't. He'll be a good slot. I said that time and time again.
He's a good deep threat. Greg Ward has some good hands, but Greg Ward's also doesn't have the route ability to be able to get himself free on man-to-man. Mm-hmm. And then don't even get me started about Nelson Aguilar and JJ Arcega-Whiteside.
Rager?
Yes. Rager and J-Jaw.
It's funny you brought up those guys, because there's something I wanted to bring up. We were talking about the 40-yard dash, right, for the combine. And there's guys that ran like a 4.23, 4.3 or whatever. I forget how fast. But here's the thing. For me, the 40-yard dash is pointless. It's pointless because I feel like, A, your speed is good. You need to have wheels. You need to be Pete Wheeler from the Backyard Football. But did you get that reference?
I did get that reference, and I disagree.
Can I finish?
I will let you finish, but I'm saying right now I disagree.
Okay. But did you ever play backyard baseball, backyard football, backyard soccer?
I did.
So Pete Wheeler.
I know. I said I got the reference.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you didn't. But
no, I disagree with you, but continue.
Okay. Wow. But anyways, it's like we all know you can run. Can you catch for long periods of time? Whereas Jalen Reagor, he ran like a 4.23. Watkins, same speed, can't catch. Aguilar, same speed, can't catch. Can you have this speed going on for the rest of your career?
All right. So first of all,
hold on. BRC asked me a good question here. Who do you hate more? Who would you hate more? Ohio State or the Cowboys? Tyler, you want to guess who I would hate more?
I'm going to say the Cowboys.
Yes, by a smidge.
And also because Ohio State also is where everybody's favorite young quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles is from, so I figure you'd hate them at least a little bit less because of it.
Say it again?
And then Ohio... Oh, no. Wait, yeah, no. Is it Jalen Hurts from Ohio State originally?
No, Alabama.
Oh, no. Oh, but he graduated from Ohio State, right? I could have sworn... Did Hurts not go to Ohio? I thought he went to Ohio.
I don't think he did, dude.
What was the other school he went to then?
Oklahoma.
Oh, it was Oklahoma. Shit.
Wow. Let me play the world's smallest violin. The world's smallest violin.
Even then, I was right.
Why do you disagree with me, even though I'm right?
I don't know why I thought he went to Ohio State after Alabama.
Dude, what?
I don't watch college football, EPP.
I don't either, but I still know where they went.
No, fuck you.
Jalen Hurts went to Alabama and said, see?
Oklahoma, okay. I don't know why I had in my head that he went to Ohio, but...
Because we were talking about which team I hated more.
No, I know it is what it is at this point. But anyways, so I'm
Yeah.
going to disagree with you that players have to have wheels nowadays.
No, I say that they do have to have wheels, but can they catch?
No, I say that they don't necessarily have to have wheels. I don't think they have to be
Oh,
the
okay. Sorry, I
fastest in
didn't
order to
hear
be
you there.
good prospects. I think we've seen plenty of examples of that where players don't have to be the fastest, but yet can still have successful careers. The first one comes to mind: Tom freaking Brady.
We're talking about wide receivers. We're
Hey, you
not
want to
talking
talk
about
about wide
quarterbacks.
receivers? Okay, how fast was what's his? Hold on, hold on, hold on.
See, when you try to make your point, try to have it up.
Fuck you.
This is why I'm the best.
Larry Fitzgerald. How fast was his 440?
I want to guess here. Let me guess. I'm going with 5.6. Am I close?
For Larry Fitzgerald for his 40?
Oh, wait. Like a 6 something then?
For Larry Fitzgerald. Larry Fitzgerald's 40 yard was a 4.6. Now,
I think
according
he was much slower than that.
according to modern day projections, that is slow for wideout.
Yes.
And he was one of the most dominant wideouts for so many years with the Arizona Cardinals. It even almost knocked off Pittsburgh in a Super Bowl.
Because of that catch at the end.
Because of the catch. And damn, oh damn, how I wish Larry Fitzgerald could have
I
gotten a
remember
ring.
what I was doing for that catch. That catch would go down as arguably one of the best catches of all time.
I think the Immaculate Catch is going to be the best catch of all time for me.
Who?
The Immaculate Catch.
The who catch?
The Immaculate Catch.
Oh.
Like that, the absolute odds of something like that being able to happen, especially at the end of the game like that, is just wow.
How about the Dez Bryant catch? That was not a catch.
Hold on. Let me get.
Oh, well, technically it was indeed a catch, but the referees were awful. And so us Cowboys fans got fucked over by the referees. And because of that, the referees cost us the ability to go to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. If we waited for that, the Cowboys would have had another ring, and we would have been the best franchise in history again, and we would have gone on to be a more dominating than the Patriots ever could have dreamed to be.
Okay, now you're sounding like BOSC because he's a Cowboys fan. But dude, that was a good imitation.
Thank you.
But seriously, was that a catch though?
I'd have to watch it. Honestly, from what I remember, I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be a catch. But I would have to go back and watch the clip again.
Yeah, Key thinks that's a catch.
But yeah, so back to the original question at hand. So as for the 40 still is useful. Okay? The 40 cannot tell you everything about a player. And I think, especially at the wideout position, I think people take a lot more focus on the 40 than they should. Because while the 40 tells you how fast a player is, it also tells you how fast a player is in perfect circumstances, right? It tells you how fast they can go with no equipment on, no wind, no one in front of them.
BOSC, you're proving my point by each time you bring it up. Each time you bring it up, I'm living in your head right now because you brought it up.
Damn, that's wild.
Yeah, I know, right? I
Anyways.
said nothing, and he keep on spamming.
Anyways, but the 40-yard dash does give you a little bit of insight to the player. It lets you know how much of it gives you better insight into what it is you can expect for them. If they're running 4.2s, then that means you should be expecting them to be decent deep threats for you when it comes to their speed alone. Maybe they can be decent return guys. What teams need to be what teams I think also fans need to pay more attention to is when they're doing their routes and when they're also trying to catch the balls that the quarterbacks are throwing. That's what you need to be paying more attention to. You need to pay attention to the form. You need to be able to pay attention to their footwork. That is some of the most important stuff to be paying attention to your upcoming wideouts. Because if you run like a 4.21, but your footwork is sloppy and your form for catching is just not that great, then yeah, someone's going to take a risk on you because you got speed, but you're not going to last long in the NFL. You have to have those basic fundamentals down. And again, the 40 is still important, giving you at least a gauge of what you can expect from these players. I do think that there needs to be more of a focus on their route running technique and their hands. Stephen Jones is holding the Cowboys back. Steve, is that the son or who's Stephen?
I don't know who that is, honestly. BRC, do you know?
Shut the fuck
up. Dude, to me, you gotta run fast, right? Look at Tyreek Hill. Perfect example of that.
Oh, he is the current executive vice president and CEO and director of player personnel for Dallas.
So BRC.
And he is the son of Jerry Jones.
There you go, BRC. More knowledge for your Cowboys fandom. But
Toxic, Mitchell, toxic.
You know, that's how I roll. As soon as I see something, as soon as someone locks me up, I gotta slam it down. You know me. But look, you gotta catch in this league. So you can have all the speed in the world. Everything. You can Tyreek Hill, speed, catch, perfect. I love Tyreek Hill. Even though he did bad for you in fantasy, but he still won, son of a bitch.
No, Tyreek Hill didn't do bad for me. He was just inconsistent. I couldn't rely on Tyreek Hill.
Okay. I was confused about that. Just laughing at Frank saying, I have no clue. BRC, yes you do. But look, I'm gonna bring up the Rager catch or drops against the Giants. He was wide. He was open for one of them. It was in his hands, bobbled. The second one for the Giants, bobbled again. So you can have all the speed in the world, but can you catch? Does he have good route running ability like a Devontae Smith? Because Devontae Smith is a perfect example of this. Because he is fast, he's got hands, and he has great route running ability. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, yes, the 40 is important just because it gives you an idea of what that player can do if you just want to send him deep or if you want to have him as a return guy. But it doesn't give you an idea of what the true fundamentals of a wide receiver are. That's what I was trying to get at. Like, you can be fast, but if you don't have the right footwork, you don't have the right, form with catching and stuff like that, like, it's not going to mean anything. I am a Cowboys fan and fed up with them. Karam, how do you say that?
Yeah, Boys for Life is fed up with them too.
Actually, you know what? I got a question for you, Mr. RQ3. What do you think of Amari Cooper possibly being cut so this way they can re-sign Michael Gallup?
But do you still have – you got Gallup, you got CeeDee Lamb, you got other –
Well, that's just it. CeeDee Lamb is still having, like, those rookie year problems. Like, he's still having problems catching the ball still.
What was his 40?
CeeDee Lamb's?
Yeah.
$4.51.
How much?
4.51.
It looks like he's still not catching the ball, but he has the speed.
4.5 is a little
It's
slow on
average.
this. It's like
Mitch, how are you feeling about this game? I'm feeling all right. But I'm gonna miss the game. I'm gonna watch some of it when I get home.
I can't believe Mitchell Koff's gonna miss a Sixers game. I can't believe this.
I mean, it would still be on my phone. I'll still be able to watch it. But wait, you okay? I heard it ring. Anywho, if Tyler doesn't talk, it means I'm better than him. But seriously, anyone in the chat, does a 40-yard dash mean anything? To me, it doesn't. All right. So if Tyler doesn't say anything, it means I'm better than him. But yeah, I'm gonna have it on my phone. I'm gonna be like this. Put it right here, and I'll be good. Yeah. So. But look, 40-yard dash to me doesn't mean that much. It just doesn't. You need a catch. You need to have great route running ability, good IQ, good field awareness. If you have the speed, it's all right. Yeah. I mean, your Cowboys players have speed, but they can't catch. Yeah, Larry's out. We should be able to win that game then. Victor Oladipo's making his debut next week. So that should be easy. That should be something. He's injury prone. Victor Oladipo is injury prone. Robert, I'm glad you're here because I wanted to ask you something. Does a 40-yard dash at the combine mean anything? Does it mean anything? To me, it doesn't. So, we only got 6 minutes left in this show. I still got to pump out a video before I go out tonight. But, yeah, man. So, the Sixers, it's going to be a tough game tonight. They need to win this game, actually, because the next two, they got Brooklyn, and I forget the game after that. Thank you, Robert. Tyler, I know you're on the phone, but do you see this? Jimmy Butler, yep. But let's go, Michigan. Ha, Michigan. But
I do return.
so you didn't speak because I'm better than you now.
No, I didn't speak because I was on a phone with a coworker getting an update on my job, and God
right.
help me Monday.
You're off Monday now?
No, but I said God help me on Monday.
Why? You're 7-7 again?
Oh, 7-7 again, yeah, but from what I might be going into, it's gonna be a long Monday.
So, by the way, I asked Robert about the 40-yard dash. He agrees with me.
Cool. You want a cookie?
Cool. It means I'm right.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
All right, that's it. We're going on a lockout again. All right, guys, I'm going to have to leave the stream.
That means I win. You give
In
up.
order to be in solidarity of my other guests on this show, we must rise up against our corporate overlord, Mitchell Kofsky.
It means I win. Yay!
Nope. Mitchell is now going back to run Sports Chat by himself. It has been a pleasure knowing you guys. Goodbye.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, so let's go Ohio State.
You don't even like Ohio.
Hey, BL, that's it. Ohio State is doo-doo doggy bad.
Yes! Woo!
Chose the wrong time to type it, buddy.
He's on Michigan side now. Yeah.
That's it. I'm a Villanova fan. Fuck both of y'all.
I'm a Nova fan too.
Yeah, for basketball.
Yeah. I'm a Michigan fan for football and basketball. Nova fan for basketball.
Well, I'm a Nova fan for football.
All right. Any last remarks about the 40-yard dash?
Yes. You see, it is when a competitor lines up and then must run 40 yards as quickly as possible.
Or you could pull Daniel Jones and fall flat on your face.
True.
Or you could be a Mark Sanchez and butt fumble.
But that wasn't a 40-yard dash. That was a 4-step
Let me ask you
dash.
something now. What's worse? Mark Sanchez butt fumble or Daniel Jones falling?
It's gotta be the butt fumble. It's just no. Don't get me wrong. The Daniel Jones falling and tripping is a lot more embarrassing, but the hilarity of having a fumble happen because you fell and ran into your fucking center. Was it his center or his guard? I think it was his guard's butt and fumbling the ball is just so freaking funny.
I gotta go with Daniel Jones. I just gotta. The guy had an open field.
But
and it looked like he got
I'm
sniped.
sorry, but this man literally fumbled the ball because he fell into his own teammate's butt.
Talk to me when you're not a Cowboys fan anymore. Dude, he had a wide open field.
Yeah, but Mark Sanchez ran into his own teammate's butt.
But, look, I'm gonna make it. Here I come. I hear footsteps.
All because Vince Wilfork wanted to channel the power of God and absolutely bull rush whoever was in front of him.
All right, guys, we're gonna come to a close in a minute less.
And we're going to start the lockout. Thank you for tuning in to the last possible episode of Sports Chat. Also, because this seems to be a trend on Twitter, Rob Manfred is now banned from Sports Chat.
But last question: one player who would be the perfect basketball player to play football right now?
To play football right now?
Yes. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Ben Simmons?
No.
You're right. It's not Ben Simmons. It's LeBron James.
Anyone else but him?
You're right. It would be Tyrese Maxey. And you know what? Tyrese Maxey, he would be my right tackle.
What about Giannis?
But no, real talk though, I would definitely want to have Embiid. I would love to have Embiid as a wideout or a tight end.
I want Giannis.
You can have Giannis. I'll take Embiid. I will love that. Listen, you put Embiid on wideout or tight end, oh my God, is he just bullying everyone and grabbing that ball. He could be a taller Antonio Gates.
All right, guys, we're coming to a close. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to Green Collar Tyler if you haven't. And yeah, guys, we are out. Peace.